Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back. As you can see, I have my Leuchtturm out today, so you know what that means. In today's video, I'm reviewing some of the highest rated pens that I could find. This is probably my most requested video ever since I did reviewing the lowest rated pens that I could find. If you want to watch that video, you can click right here. And without further ado, let's get started. So just like last time, I went into the deepest, darkest pit of Reddit to find these pens, and I went onto r/pens to find out everybody's favorite. And I also correlated that data with what I was seeing on Amazon in regards to their rating and how many ratings there were. I tried to pick pens that I haven't tried before just so that there was no bias here. I wanted to make sure that each of them I had no experience using, so I didn't really have a preference one way or another. The first pen is ballpoint. It is the Dr. Grip in a medium tip, and this guy was $17.88 for the one pen. It has a partially metal body near the tip, and then the back end is just plastic. Writing with this pen was a fairly pleasant experience because of the thickness of the tip paired with the width of the body. It is a smooth writing experience. It does have a nice weight to it because the front portion of the pen is metal, however the back is plastic. What I will say is that it's not my personal preference to have a larger grip. I do prefer a pen that is smaller just because my hands are smaller, but again, totally personal preference. In terms of the smudge test and the highlighter test, it's actually giving more smudge than I thought it would for a ballpoint pen. However, with the highlighting test, it is what I would expect, and same with bleed through. There is ghosting, but no actual bleed through. So in terms of what I would rate this pen out of 10, I would give it a very friendly 7 out of 10. Pretty decent and good to start off. Moving on to the next ballpoint pen, this is the Pilot Acroball Knock in a 0.5 tip, and this was $20.19 for a pack of 6 pens. So what I love most about this pen was actually the grip. This is probably one of my most favorite grips that I've tried thus far in the pen world. It has such a nice hold to it, and I feel like the bump out is at a perfect height. In terms of the ink itself, it is not as pigmented as I would have liked. Plus, when I was writing, there was a little bit of rattling, which I didn't really appreciate. In terms of skipping, I didn't notice anything too bad. And then when I did my smudge test and my highlighter test, it was fairly standard for a ballpoint. Once again, it did hold up a little bit better than the Pilot Dr. Grip, and same, no bleed through, just ghosting. So overall, I rated this pen a little bit lower than the Dr. Grip, coming in at a 6.5 out of 10, just because I really don't like the rattling, but I do love the body. So I included a bonus pen just because the last two pens were both the Pilot brand. This is the Uni Jetstream Standard in a 0.5 tip, and this was $12 for a pack of 6. I've never used the standard version of a Uni Jetstream, so this is exciting. So what I do love about the Uni Jetstream ink is that it seems to be across the board really vibrant and pigmented. So this is the 0.5 size as mentioned, but even so, the ink was still really quite pigmented. And I will also add that it was a touch smoother than the Pilot Acroball, and you can see that there was also less smudging in the smudge test, and less smudging in the highlighter test as well. I will say that it leans a little more fine in tip size between the Pilot Acroball and the Uni Jetstream. I think the Uni Jetstream is just a touch thinner, but once again, no bleed through, just ghosting. I'm sure you're sick of me saying that by now, but here are the two so you can compare. And I rated this one a little bit higher than the Acroball just because of the pigment and the slight difference in the smoothness, and it's coming in at a strong 7 out of 10. Into gel pen territory, first up we have TUL gel pens. These guys are 0.5 millimeter tip, and they are $28.12 for a pack of 12. So the TUL pens are ones that I've actually been looking at purchasing for actually over years now. They always interested me, and I heard that they were kind of an equivalent to like a Pentel Energel, and I did kind of see that. They were pretty resistant to smudging, which is really good, especially on the Leuchtturm paper, which is like prone to smudging, and it was fairly smooth. The only thing that I will say is that the ink is a little bit inconsistent when it comes out. It's a little splotchy in certain areas, and the highlighter test was kind of mid at best. In terms of bleed through, there was a little bit of bleed through in those more splotchy areas. Like I said, it was some inconsistencies here and there, but all in all, not too bad. I did enjoy my writing experience. I do like the body, so I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. And last but not least, we have the Writech Aurora gel pens. These are also 0.5 millimeter tip, and they were $21.32 for a pack of 8. I feel like Writech is a new brand to hit the scene. I've only seen it more recently in the past year or so, and I was actually extremely pleasantly surprised with the performance of this pen. First of all, the selling point is that it has a silent clicker if you are a fidgeter like myself, and I did appreciate that. And then if you see when I did the smudge test, it was like not smudging, and this is something that I really only see with the Sarasa Dry or like a Pentel Energel. So I was really quite impressed with the lack of smudging. And when I did the highlighter test as well, it was the same kind of result. There was very minimal smudging, and like I said, guys, the Leuchtturm paper is not for the weak. This will show all flaws in a pen, and it did not. It was really, really good. In terms of the bleed through on the back paper, it was fairly similar. I would say it's nearly identical to the TUL gel pen, so I'm not adding marks or taking away marks for that. It's what you would expect on this type of paper, but yeah, this is a good pen. So overall, this had to be my favorite pen of this whole testing experience, so I gave it a very nice 8 out of 10, and this is the pen that I would recommend. Alright everybody, that is it for today. I have linked all of these pens down in the description below, and I am just going to preface by saying that those links are indeed affiliate links. I fund this channel all by myself, so everything that I buy with my own money. So clicking on the link would help me out a little bit. Obviously, no pressure. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on each of these pens, and if you've tried any of them out for yourself. I would be very happy to hear, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.